Hi, I'm Mr. T, and this week I'll be bringing you a national news story. This week in Charleston, the trial of accused church shooter Dylan Roof is underway. Roof is accused of murdering 9 individuals at a Charleston church after walking in and attending a Bible study with those individuals. Roof has admitted to the crime, and the trial is for purposes of deciding whether or not he will receive the death penalty. Roof apparently stood up after the church group meeting after spending 30 minutes with the churchgoers and then fired 70 rounds, murdering 9 people. And now to Elijah with international news.
I'm Elijah, and I'll be covering international news this week. This week's international news story is an update on Japan's resurgence in its military. 75 years after the attack on Pearl Harbor, it is becoming a major military player in the world. The constitution put in place by the U.S. that only allowed them to build defensive forces actually has made them stronger. Japan can hold its own with other militaries now, with only a fraction of the country's military budget. With the U.S. and Japan having one of the closest military relationships in the world, this is a formidable force in the Pacific. Experts view this as a strong alliance against the Chinese. And now to Jocelyn for local news.
Hi, I'm Mr. T, and also this week I'll be bringing you local news. President-elect Donald Trump and Vice President-elect Mike Pence have been taking what they call a thank you tour around America to the states they won from the Electoral College. Next on their list, evidently, is the state of Pennsylvania, a state that they narrowly won against Hillary Clinton. They will both be visiting Hershey Giant Stadium on Thursday, December the 15th.
Hi, I'm Dalton, and this is Politics. Last week, President-elect Donald Trump picked General Mattis, a retired Marine Corps general, to be his nominee for Secretary of Defense. General Mattis served in the United States Marines for 44 years. He just retired in 2013. Before his retirement, he served in the Persian Gulf War, led the 1st Marine Division in Iraq, commanded the U.S. Joint Forces Command, and was head of the U.S. Central Command. While in the Marines, he was well liked by the infantrymen, who were known as grunts. They affectionately called him Mad Dog Mattis because he was willing to stay on the front lines with the other grunts when he could have received special treatment as an officer. He is well liked by both political parties, however there's a problem with picking him. He hasn't been out of the military for 7 years yet, so he will need congressional waiver in order to serve. That's politics. Now on to Ashley with news in the world of business.
This week in business news, Walmart is planning on investing $1.3 billion in Mexico. The investment will not cost any jobs to be moved from the United States. Walmart has already invested $3.93 billion in the past 4 years, and Walmart has been looking to double sales in Mexico by 2024. And their revenue is expected to grow $6.25 billion.
Hi, I'm Sierra, and this week in sports this past weekend, Penn State played against Wisconsin and won 38-31, clinching the Big Ten championship. The Rose Bowl will take place on January 2nd in California. Penn State will be playing the USC Trojans. Even though they had a great season, they didn't make it into the top 4. The top 4 teams in America evidently are Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, and Washington. They will be competing for the national title.